Hey Pisces, welcome back. Okay, so this is your first part of November 2017 love relationship energy reading. I always tell you guys to check your moon rising and even your Venus sign for additional messages in regards to, your personal story. I did put up a video a few days ago, I believe it was, in relation to how these readings have been coming out for the first part of November. So feel free to go and view that video first if you would like, because these readings have been getting very specific in regards to circumstances and situations in the energies, due to the fact that, there are soulmate connections, there are partnerships that have been interfered with other people and deception, just a lot of karmic energies that are blocking the connections between soulmates, so to speak. So a lot of those storylines have been coming out, so I always tell you, take with you what you understand. If only part of the storyline is connecting and the rest isn't, only take with you what you understand. As for the signs, I always put out the signs in relation to the way that the cards are lying. That doesn't mean it can't be vice versa. So if it's your circumstance and situation, but, there's a cross watcher and you're watching for a Pisces, it could be connecting to you, but, just take with you what you understand in regards to the signs and how it's connecting. Because people are asking questions about that, but it's, your storyline. If the story is clicking and the signs could be reversed, then that's what it is. But I'm just reading it in the way in which it's coming out in the cards, okay? So I'm doing an intuitive sort here that I'm almost completed with, and I'm going to get a grid going for you. I will get as many stories as I possibly can that come out. I kind of just read it in the way that it's flowing, and I also do get, I see things. It's like watching a movie. And it could go from scene to scene in the way in which the cards are. So let's see what comes out here. And then I will close out with the Romance Angel cards in order to give you some additional guidance in regards to what comes out here. So let's see what we got going on here for Pisces for the first part of November's energies, 2017. Pisces. Okay. Well, I have your energy here, but it could also be Cancer and Scorpio. And I have your energies again, and I have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius now. Definitely have a soulmate connection here. I have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra here. Definitely third parties, and the last card out is the Two of Spades, indicating making a choice, and it could also refer to a separation in regards to a third party. So what it's showing me here is that I have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I also have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So what it's showing me here is that there's definitely lack of communication, and there definitely is third parties here, and it could be deciding between a fire sign and a water sign, but it also could be involving earth and air. So if you, in fact, Pisces, are in lack of communication with either a fire sign, earth, or air, you, in fact, could be trying to take steps out of moving away from a water sign, because you definitely are in lack of communication with someone that you want to communicate with, but you have fickleness, changeability, and lack of focus here, and it could be due to the fact that you are needing to make a decision, and that could be based off of needing to separate yourself from either a water sign, fire sign, or air sign. So you could in fact be wanting to move towards a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, but others' wishes and desires are affecting that from happening at this time, and it's based off of a third party. So you, Pisces, could be wanting to move towards, you know, it could be any of these signs, to be honest with you, but there is definitely a third party involvement, and it could be affecting your soulmate connection based off of the fact that your soulmate, who could either be this earth or air sign, is contingent on the removal of a water or fire sign. So if you in fact are moving towards a fire sign, there may need to be a decision made in regards to a earth or air energy, because this could be the energy that is blocking your new beginning. There's definitely something that's being spiritually guided here, because wishes and desires were to connect with this person you started a romance of the soul with. But there is something involving either a child situation, like a family situation, that's blocking the new beginning. But there is something that is being divinely guided because it's part of the divine plan. So you could be carefully evaluating before taking action based off of others' wishes and desires in regards to a decision that you're making over two energies, and or this is the other person. But there's something here where financial freedom is definitely playing a factor in this action and change in your social standing, and it could be due to the fact that there is a child situation and a choice that needs to be made, but you're wanting to communicate with the person you started a romance of the soul with, which could in fact be this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but you're losing your focus in the steps that you're needing to take here, because you could have a family or a home environment situation that's involving a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that you're needing to gain your financial stability away from in order to have a fresh new beginning, but you're evaluating before taking action based off of other people. So there's other people that are affecting your decision. And it could be based off of the fact that either you or this other person that you're dealing with has a decision that they're needing to make, but due to other people, finances, and stability, there's worry and anxiety about which way to go. But you're moving towards what it is that you truly desire, but there's definitely a lot of evaluation taking place before action, because what it's showing me here is that there could be time and energy being given freely to a fire sign, but there's fickleness, changeability, and scattered energies, and there's definitely lack of communication here. Because there is something going on where there needs to be action and change in the social standing, but it's going against what you're wishing and desiring, because this person could be worrying about their financial stability based off of other people. And you're both wanting a fresh new beginning and a new phase of life. You both know that you have this soulmate connection, but it's due to third parties and needing to make a choice. So you could be deciding, you both could be in karmic partnerships and or marriages. And you, Pisces, could be dealing with a water sign, but wanting to move towards a fire sign. And there is a need to make a decision, but you're losing your focus because there needs to be something communicated. But there's also a earth energy that could be dealing with air or vice versa. And there could be children involved in that scenario. But you both are moving towards the same thing, which is a fresh new beginning. So if you're dealing with, you know, wanting to move towards an earth sign or a fire sign, there could be air and water that is blocking this from happening. And it could be due to the fact that you're stuck in a karmic cycle with a water sign, and either this earth sign could be stuck in a karmic cycle with a air sign or vice versa, but you both, there's definitely third parties. So I'm picking up that each of you could have a karmic partnership in or marriage, but you both are wanting to move towards each other, but there's action and change that needs to take place in the social standings of your karmic partnerships, and that's what's blocking this from moving forward with each other. So what it's showing me here, Pisces, is that contingent on decisions being made in removals of the karmic partnerships is what's holding apart the soulmate connection from building on a solid foundation, because these are the last two cards out on the grid, and they're hanging off of the grid separately, meaning that this is the major part of the whole entire grid. And it's lying on top of action and change in the social standing and the soulmate card, but it could also be referring to children involved in a partnership. But this is indicating that there is a developing love affair, but there needs to be separations and choices made over this developing love affair, because it's indicating that they're still connected. So Pisces, you're dealing with a soulmate connection, but you're also dealing with a karmic situation that is still connected to you, and it's also still connected to the person that you're dealing with, which I'm picking up here could be any of these energies, but you're needing to take action and change in your social standing if you're dealing with a fire sign, because, or an air sign, or a water sign, and it's based off of the fact that this fire sign could need to be making a decision in regards to an earth sign, and you could need to make a decision based off of the water sign. But if you're moving towards any of these energies here that I'm indicating, because you're all basically looking in the same direction, but the thing is that if you're dealing with a home environment situation or a karmic connection to a water sign, you could be wanting to move towards this fire sign. And if you're dealing with earth, they could be dealing with air, and you could be dealing with fire. Because I'm picking up two different Pisces energies here. But there's definitely something going on in regards to you're both wishing and desiring for this fresh new beginning, but you're allowing others' wishes and desires to affect the decision from being made. And it's like at a stalemate from what it's showing me here. But there's definitely some sort of need for communication, but the divine is indicating here that according to the plan, a decision needs to be made solely on your part and solely on the soulmate's part in regards to making the decision to remove themselves from the karmic situation, because it's not based off of you two making the decision and then moving out of these karmic situations and moving into, it's not like, oh, I'm leaving my karmic partner to go be with the soulmate, and then the soulmate is like, I'm leaving my karmic partner to be with the soulmate, because that's building off of like a codependent foundation. What the divine's showing me here is that there's a need here for moving to a new home, starting your fresh new beginning, building on a solid foundation together, but needing to make the decision separately. But there's definitely something in regards to finances. There's definitely something in needing financial freedom, but there is evaluation before the action's being taken, because it's almost like I'm sitting and waiting for communication first from the soulmate, but the soulmate's dealing with their own karmic situation, and it's others' wishes and desires that are affecting the soulmate connection from further developing, because there's choices that need to be made. But we could be more or less focused on our finances rather than focusing on following our true desires. Yeah. So let me clarify some things here. in regards to this situation. Because there's definitely lack of communication. There's definitely lack of focus here. And we're losing our focus based off of the lack of the communication. But what's holding the romance and the soul apart is based off of there needing to be action and change in the social standing. And it could be based off of the fact that we have children involved and we're worried about our stability. Yeah, listen, we don't have coincidences here. There needs to be a choice. And the Six of Spades indicates a complete ending in order to have a brand new beginning. A complete ending to no return, moving to a new home. That's where the wishes and the desires are not being met in regards to communication here, because action and change needs to take place. And if you're dealing with a home environment situation where there's children involved, you're worried about your financial stability in regards to moving to a new home, and you're wanting communication with this soulmate, but they're dealing with their own karmic situation where they're needing to remove themselves also. So you both are being guided to do the same thing, which is take action and change in your social standing within your home environment, because you're both not feeling good in the connections that you have, and that's why you met each other. But the reason you're in lack of communication is based off of the fact that you're needing to make a decision. Yeah, because you're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation, and the Joker card indicates the sign of Gemini, so you could be dealing with the sign of Gemini, but it's in the upside down position, meaning that your new beginning has not started yet, because you're needing to gain your ambition in order to achieve success for yourself here. This is business travels, business moves, but you're also worried about your financial stability here. So, you're causing your own self to feel stuck in this situation, but you're basing it off of finances. And it's indicating that it's needing to complete itself here. Wow, okay. So, what just fell out here is legal documents pertaining to the home. This just fell out on top of your energy if you're dealing with another water sign or a fire sign. And this is indicating you're feeling stuck in a daily routine. And this is indicating based off of the fact that you're wanting verbal communication, you're wanting to move to a new home, but this is indicating your new foundation, but you're feeling stuck in a daily routine within your home environment. So these legal documents pertaining to the home, in order to work this out, you're needing to verbally communicate and move from the situation that you're in. So these papers, are mortgage papers. They are dealing with a divorce, settlement, something of that nature, but it's based off of, you're feeling stuck and fenced in this situation, which I just showed you here. You're needing to gain your ambition in order to get yourself out of this home environment situation and move to a new home. But the reason that, you are feeling stuck in this daily routine is based off of the fact that you're waiting on communication to come in order to resolve problems. This is Cupid, the bringer of loving messages. And this person you're dealing with could, in fact, be living at a distance, and you're wanting victory with this person. This is also indicating that if you're dealing with a child situation with a person at a distance, that you're needing to communicate about this. But this is also indicating that communication in order to resolve problems comes in once you make a decision in order to finalize this karmic situation, because the person that you're dealing with could in fact be living at a distance, and there's victory here with this person, and there's communication that comes in, but it comes in after you make a decision. Like you're getting what you truly desire, but you're holding on to this communication needing to happen first, but it's not happening based off of you needing to follow your heart and make a decision. Yeah, because listen, the person that you need to cut out of your life, you do not have a direct connection with. But also this is indicating the person you share these mutual feelings with could have in fact cut you out of their life, and now you're feeling the sense of unrequited love, but you're needing to follow your heart here, because this is that split energy, and the Five of Spades, like down the middle, indicates a separation that has caused a lot of pain, loneliness, and depression. But this person that you could be dealing with this karmic situation with, there isn't a direct connection there. There isn't passion. It isn't, you're not on the same vibrational frequency in regards to feelings and passion. And you're needing to cut this person out of your life by following your heart, because this is where those mutual feelings come in with the person that you could in fact not be in communication with at this time because they cut you out of their life. But They didn't cut you out of their life because of being unworthy or anything of that nature. What it's showing me here is that the reason for the lack of communication is based off of decisions needing to be made separately, because you're not leaving your karmic partnerships for the other person. You're leaving your karmic partnerships because they don't feel good, because there isn't passion there. But you're worried about financial independence, okay? So that could be one of the main reasons why, well, it is the main reason why, because the first card out is 10 of diamonds on the grid, indicating financial freedom and needing to take steps forward, but you're evaluating before taking this action based off of scattered energies, fickleness, and changeability. Why? Because you're in lack of communication with the person who you desire to be with. You're worried about your financial independence, which is exactly what you need to stop worrying about, because it's karmic. Okay, those energies that are causing you to not make a decision, which is the lack of communication with the other person. You're worried about your financial independence and your stability if you are in fact to leave this karmic partnership, and you're worried about like if your soulmate connection is going to, happen if you leave. But it's like, Pisces, would you rather stay in this situation uncomfortably or break down your established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships? And that's the reason why you need to complete this karmic cycle. You're hanging on to this karmic cycle being unhappy based off of worry over financial stability, almost in a sense making excuses for yourself based off of the fact that you're in lack of communication with the person you started a romance of the soul with. And if there are children involved, that could be another excuse you're using because you're worried about your financial stability. But the divine wants you to know that you're being guided in order to do so, because you were divinely guided to meet this person that you started a romance of the soul with. And yes, there's going to need to be healing, over this separation. But there's happy surprises to come once you make a decision. So this is, like, Pisces is pretty cut and dry here with your reading. You want to come into union, especially if you're dealing with either an air sign, fire sign, or earth sign. If you're wanting to come into union with this person, you're needing to make a decision because there's happy surprises here. But this is your worry. This is negative emotions attached to unfortunate events. Fears blocking. So based off of the fact that your soulmate connection is not in connection at this time, even though you started it, the reason that the divine is blocking this communication is based off of the fact that you're needing to make a decision. It's like you're not making a decision between two people, you're making a decision for your own well-being. You're not happy in this karmic connection, and even though you're in lack of communication with the soulmate, the test of time is, are you going to make this decision for yourself and get out of this karmic situation and cut the cord? And happiness, regardless, is on the other side. Do you have trust and faith in that? Because you didn't meet the soulmate for no reason. Yeah, because here's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So these could be the energies that are involved that are causing you to feel blocked. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's what it is. So an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be involved in your situation, and you're feeling as if, like, I want to move towards this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is blocking. Because this indicates the truth, being truthful, fair, and honest with the way that you feel. So if you're needing to remove yourself from a karmic situation, you're needing to speak your truth, because there's third-party involvements here all day. There's deception over true feelings, because you could be focusing on a third party. It's not about that. You could be worried about whether or not this person is going to leave the other person, and I don't want to leave the person that I'm with if they're not going to leave the person that they're with. It's not about that. This indicates, being truthful, fair, and honest with the way that you feel, but due to the third parties, we're not completing this karmic cycle. This is that death and rebirth. But you have worry and anxiety over cutting out the person who you have this karmic tie with. Because you could be wanting this new beginning with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's in the upside down position, or this is the sign of Gemini. But this is indicating that you're not moving towards your new beginning with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you're worried about them leaving a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or the sign of Gemini, and you're not starting your new beginning based off of worry and anxiety over the third party, the opposite end of you. This is you carefully planning, but you're not pushing things. It's as if you have an exit strategy if the soulmate would in fact come in contact with you. But the lack of progression and the serious setback here is due to the fact that you have worry and anxiety over this reconciliation, but you're being asked to use your common sense and your good judgment. The reason for your lack of progression and your setback over your decision is based off of you wanting a reconciliation, but you're being asked to use your common sense and your good judgment, because it's not about that. You are not planning with the soulmate in order to deceive and leave others. You're making that decision for yourself. You meet the soulmate in order to activate the feelings within inside of you that you do not in fact share within your karmic marriage and or partnership. And it's showing you that the passion you share together is what you have always desired, but due to being stuck in an illusion of what a real partnership is, you're now waiting to have an exit strategy to move with the soulmate, when it's not about that. It's about you and the soulmate making your decisions from the heart space, knowing that I don't feel good in this connection that I got into 10, 15 years ago. Even though I'm not in communication with the person that I share passion with, I know those feelings reside within inside of me. So I'm going to make the conscious decision to remove myself from where I know I do not share this passion, regardless if the soulmate is waiting for me there or not. Because the truth is, unconditional love is love of self. If you're putting conditions on loving yourself based off of, I'm going to stay here miserable until the soulmate reconciles with me and gives me that, gives me that, clarification that if I leave my husband or wife, they're going to be waiting for me. That's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way. Because in the spiritual realm, there are no such things as labels and time and all of that. It's about following what feels good. Close your freaking eyes. If it doesn't feel good in the situation, in the home environment you're in, then you know based off of your feelings, regardless, that it doesn't feel good there. You know what it feels to feel good because it came from within inside of you and it was activated by the other person who feels the same way on a passionate level. But you come into each other's lives in order to show you that your feelings are real, but they're not in a connection with the person you're with. So it's bringing you to full consciousness of what unconditional love of self is. Then the soulmate connection can build on solid footing based off of the fact that you didn't come up with an exit strategy plan in order to deceive your marriage partners or karmic partners, because that's building on a faulty foundation. That's an old energy. That's a codependent energy. Soulmates are not codependent on each other. And it's not all just about love. It's about conscious awareness of who you are as a person internally. Do you hang on to somebody because you need to feel wanted and needed? Or do you also let that person go based off of the fact that you know that the passionate feelings don't lie there? And if only one person is loving one person in the relationship, that's not true love either. That's codependent. Like if you know somebody just cares about you so much, but you don't share that passion with them, they know they don't share that passion with you either. They're just overextending themselves in order to keep themselves in what they're used to because it's comfortable, even if it's miserable. You have to set your own self free here. Okay? I was guided to say that to you, so I hope it, well, not hope, I know it's going to hit someone, but that's the truth. Okay? So, let's see what comes out here in the romance angel cards. What did I just... Pisces. I told you I need cards. Must I go any further? It's not about codependency. That's the problem. That's what's keeping you stuck. You and your soulmate are not moving into a codependent partnership. That's not the way it works. It's not the formula. The formula is you put out a desire and you weren't feeling it where you were. You didn't know you were gonna find it in the midst of where you found it, how you found it, and who you found it with. But you did. And now you're stuck in a codependent partnership waiting for communication from the soulmate in order to give you a a definitive answer on if they're going to leave their karmic partner to come be with you. Doesn't work that way. You're making the decision for you. It's unconditional love of self first. There is nobody on the face of this planet that completes you. It's not that Jerry Maguire, you complete me. No. No. You're with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, depending on the year. You are responsible for you. You're responsible for your own self-love. And it's reflected from another. You know, if you're dealing with a codependent karmic partnership right now, that it's not balanced that way. The soulmate comes in to activate everything you desire inside of you, but also show you all the things that you need to clear out of your life, which is your beliefs in regards to codependency. The divine will block communication until that is understood, because it's your higher self guiding you. It's their higher self guiding them, energetically speaking here, energy that you cannot detect by the human eye. So you are causing your own self all of this internal turmoil, waiting for the other person to come up and tell you, hey, I'm leaving my karmic partner, meet me at the train station on this date at this time, and we're going to go off into the sunset together. I'll be damned if it works that way. It doesn't. You're making this decision for yourself. Happiness is on the other side of that decision, or you stay in the karmic situation that you're in under these energies, but understand your choices and the way that you feel is based off of what you're choosing. There's no other way about it. So let's see what else. Listen, do I really have to go any further? What did I say about the connection? It is not here, Pisces. You're hanging on to something that does not feel good based off of what? The person just, so you feel wanted, you feel needed, but it doesn't feel good anyway. But you're waiting for the soulmate. The soulmate can't fix this for you. This is lack of love of self. This is exactly what I was just talking about. And these codependent energies are what this is about. You're putting conditions on yourself in order to feel good, so you're holding on to old energies, waiting for the soulmate to connect with you, and the divine energies and higher self is like this. You can't go and be happy until you know what true unconditional love of self is, because that's true happiness. It's a reflect. If you're having a really good time with your friends, and you're all laughing and it's free flowing, that's because you're all on the same vibrational level. And then one of your friends comes in a bad mood out of nowhere and starts bitching about their life. What happens? Other people's empathy starts feeding on that, and then they start to become into a bad mood. Because I can't believe he did that or she did that or blah blah. And then you're all starting to, the vibration lowers, right? That's what's going on here. You're holding on to a lower vibrational energy because why? Well, it's better than nothing. You're being pulled out of this energy by the activation of the soulmate showing you everything you ever truly desired. It's not about them in your 3D. They manifest into the 3D once you make a conscious decision for yourself and everyone else involved, because the whole entire situation is not happy. Yes. A lot of coincidences here. Because you're needing to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type of expectations. Trying to convince yourself that the karmic partner is the soulmate, but still thinking about the real soulmate, but they're in a karmic partner, so you're trying to convince yourself that that's not the person based off of the status. It's not about status. It's about the lesson. You're in a karmic soulmate connection that has taught you a lot of lessons, but you're not learning the biggest lesson of all, which is codependency is unrequited, because this is lack of love of self. Lack of love of self is codependent. Because your belief is, this person needs to be in my life in order for me to feel good. And if they're not going to be in it, well then at least this person is. But it doesn't feel good with them anyway. But I'll stay here and be miserable because at least it's someone. Why would you do that to yourself? You're needing to keep an open mind about your soulmate. Because they may differ from your usual type of expectations because you're used to codependency. So your soulmate said, I got to deal with my own situation. And it's not about an exit strategy between the two of you because you're not building on a faulty foundation of deception or codependency. I already explained that to you. Because there's a strong magnetic connection here with this person and you know that, but you're holding your own self hostage. You're needing to keep an open mind about this. Because this is the person who stirred your romantic feelings. And you have a new path available here with this person, but you're needing to release and heal from the past in order to experience this. But you're holding on to what you need to release. Forgive yourself for ever feeling this way. Forgive yourself for believing that unrequited love was real. Release, heal, and understand that a true expression of love is actually understanding in the way in which you deserve it. And romantic gestures can then be made once you understand that you do deserve love, but you don't understand how you deserve it because you're waiting on another person to show you deserve it, which is the soulmate who stirred the romantic feelings inside of you, but then you went back into the karmic partnership. Listen, this is a romance of a lifetime. Yeah, you are true love to your own freaking self. And in order to work on this partnership, you're needing to separate from the person that you're in this codependency with. But in order to work on your partnership with the person you're in this separation with who could in fact be at a distance that you already met, you know that your feelings are real and worth exploring. You're needing to have trust and faith in what it is to truly love yourself first, because you're wanting your heart and soul to sing with joy with the person that you share passion with. But until you can learn to trust in loving yourself first, you're keeping yourself stuck in this. Finances and career could be what exactly you are focused on, as I indicated, but you're needing to understand the way in which you use the law of attraction, because your belief attached to a desire is what manifests for you. So if your belief is, I can't leave here because of finances and career, you in fact stay stuck in that belief system. But finances and career are what, is causing you to not move forward. But the finances and career come along with your belief and your desire because you share playfulness with this person. But past life karmic relationships that you're needing to pay attention to the red flags about are giving you signs in order for you to move out of this energy, because the playfulness that you attracted into your life by this other person was in order for you to move out of this energy. Because once you understand that it is safe for you to love, and it's safe for you to love yourself and move yourself out of this codependent relationship, you can then come into reconciliation with the soulmate. But until the ex is released and these family issues are healed from on this spiritual journey, a heart-to-heart conversation cannot happen until you decide to disconnect yourself so that you can in fact deepen the bond. But taking back control of your life is what's necessary at this time, because control issues, focusing on children in the situation, allowing other people to make decisions for you and make you believe that you're truly stuck is what's causing you to feel this way. You need to take back control of your life. Allow things to unfold naturally by making a true decision by following your heart. Do not allow children and other people cause you to believe that you can't make a decision for yourself, because you called this person into your life and you could in fact be married, both of you, but you called each other into each other's lives. But now efforts need to be made in order to make it to the soulmate. And the only reason there is this sense of any sort of deception is based off of the fact that the divine does not allow soulmates to build on a solid foundation based off of deception. Following? What did I say? The soulmate connection comes from within the soul, and it reflected and mated with another person who feels the same exact way on a desirable level. Your belief system is what's causing you to feel stuck. Once you can understand that you're putting conditions on yourself in order to feel good, because you're basing it off, I need to know that the soulmate is there, this is what the divine will not allow. I told you they're intercepting communication, because you cannot build on a faulty foundation. So Pisces, I hope that a decision gets made here for your own well-being. You know, make the decision, follow your heart, and what is waiting for you on the other side is everything that you truly desired. But because you're not in communication with the soulmate, you're not making a decision, but that's the wrong way. But you always choose for you, right? So either way you go is always right for you based off of your choices. But always follow what feels good, not what feels comfortable. Okay? So, drop box below if you need me. If you ordered a reading, they're on their way. And you know I always love you guys. Bye.